All right, shalom, everybody. Here we go. Today, we're going to go over some things and we're going to go over the shadow of death. We're going to go over what brings life and what brings death. Many times we find that we want to do things our way. We want to take things and turn them into our way. And we want to say, okay, well, what I want today is what I want to do. What I want to do today is how I want it to be. And if we're not very, very careful, what happens is we turn our life into our own path, our own ways. And doing that, many times we make that the shadow of death. We say, okay, I want to walk over here in this path. And we think as long as we are studying the Bible, we can read the Bible, we say a prayer, that we think everything is all right. Right? We're on the path of salvation. We're on the path of making everything all right. We are on that path. We have to be because we're a church. We're churchianity. We're a part of the church. Whatever we tell ourselves that we are, right? We are a part of the fixing of the program. We are the David. We are what needs to be, right? We are the point that fixes everything. We are the one that makes everybody okay. With our prayers, with our this, with our that, everything is okay. But then we find out, usually later than sooner, we have just angered Yahweh. We have just made him upset. We have just done wrong in his eyes. Now, to some people, they will say, well, but I thought I had it figured out. I thought that this was okay. But once we bring the wrath of Yahweh upon us, we have to stop thinking and looking for a sign, because it says what? An adulterous generation is seeking for a sign. They're looking for a sign. So if we're not careful, we are the bad child looking for the sign. We are a bad child doing what we want to do. And we think just because Papa's inside, Papa's up above us, Papa's not spanking us, it's okay. Now, this also goes into other religious beliefs. Oh, we can have trinities. We can have this. We can believe in that. We can't believe in this. We can take and say, well, nobody can fulfill the law. Nobody can fulfill the Passover. Nobody can do this and nobody can do that. Then you really don't believe the Bible, because we can't say we believe it. We cannot say we believe it and then we don't. Right? We can't say Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh is a God. Can we? Can we say this and then live our life as we want to live our life? We have to do what he says to do. We have to understand. We can't take a verse and say, well, we believe he is one, but yet we can believe in Trinity. Well, we believe that he says do this forever, but we really can't keep it. So you will know today and take to heart that Yahweh, he is Elohim. In the heavens above and on the earth below, there is no other. There is no other gods. There is no other that's going to save you, that's going to help you, that's going to bring you what you need. Now, with that being said, we know there is other gods. You can put things as your God, but the true and living Elohim, the one that you want to say, well done, thou good and faithful servant, is what we're talking about. If you want to make your dog your God, if you want to make a golden image your God, if you want to pray to whatever God, if you want to pray to a bunny that lays eggs, that's your prerogative. But that does nothing. It might serve you. We have to get this right. It might serve you. You might think it's fine, right? You might think it's good. If we go back, for many of us, we thought it was okay to serve bunny rabbits. Did we not? Did we not think it was okay to go and chase the eggs? Did we not say it was okay to lie to our children? And you shall love Yahweh, your Elohim, with all your heart, with all your being, and with all your might. If you truly love him, we wouldn't teach our kids this. We wouldn't teach our kids to do lying things. We wouldn't lie to our kids and tell them the 25th. Make sense? We wouldn't do things like that. So either we're sinning in ignorance or we're outright sinning and saying, I'm going to do what I want to do. We choose life or we choose death. Our very words, if we're not careful, are bringing death. We say we're going to put this first. I'm going to do this. What is your most important thing in the morning? Coffee, eggs, bacon, this, that. What is your most important thing? What is the first thing you do in the morning? If you're not careful, that is or can become your God. Well, I just get up and take the cat out. Well, that's your priority, right? You don't check on the kids. You don't check on the house. You don't check on this. That is your priority. Now, it seems like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. That's not my God. That's not my. But if it's the first thing you do and the last thing you do, it may very well be your God. Because Yahweh says, pray to me, talk to me, read my word. When does he say to do this? In the morning, noon, and night. We have been accustomed, we have been told, we have been lied to and said, well, you know what? If you just play with the snake, it's okay. It's a gardener snake. It's just, it's a cool snake. Look at the snake. Let it wrap around you and then it bites you in the eye and you're blinded. Well, it's Puff the Magic Dragon. It's this and it's that. And if we're not careful, it leads to problems. It leads to many problems. And Yahweh, Elohim said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. Tezel. T-S-E-L. Right? So we are supposed to have a helpmeet. Instead, what happens? If we're not careful, we play with the enemy. We play around and we get in trouble because we think we have got it figured out. How many people went to their grave thinking they had it all figured out? No, I don't need a doctor. No, I don't need this. No, I don't need that. No, I can commit abortion. No, I can do whatever. I can do whatever because I feel in my heart. Who would really get an abortion if they knew, if they believed in the scripture? Who would get something like this done? Who would do these things? What happens is, my people have perished for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I have rejected you from being priests for me. Since you have forgotten the Torah of your Elohim, I also will forget your children. Hosea 4:6. It's a promise. That's why it all adds up, folks. It's not a happy chance. It's not, oh, well, these people just murder their babies and cause abortion and it's all okay because of whatever and because we want to blame rape and this and that and the other. But really, it's because the lack of knowledge. No one has taught them, and if they have taught them, they've inherited lies from their fathers. They don't know the Sabbath day from an onion. They don't know the true Sabbath day. They don't know the feast days. And sadly, in today's world, you can hardly turn on anything and find someone preaching truth. They preach half truths. They preach, oh, well, you know what? If you want to do it your way, some of the so-called top ones, they say the same thing, right? You can't keep these days. You can't keep. No one can keep. No one. They're saying the same things the Christians are, but they're not a Christian. They're a Torah keeper. I'm a Torah keeper. Well, then believe what you say. I'm a Torah keeper. Okay, that's great. But nobody can keep it. Kind of contradiction, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit of contradiction there. A little bit of confusion because either you can or you can't. I'm confused. Which one is it? Can you keep it or can't you? Because you got to have the light. To give light to them that sit in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into my way of peace. Luke 1:79. So I hope this has edified you. I hope we understand we can no longer walk in the shadow of death and proclaim we are the light. Because many people are doing this. They're saying, oh, well, wait a minute. I'm the light of the world. I'm going to the coffee shop and I'm telling you how it is. And we read our Bible. But if you don't do what it says, it doesn't matter how much you read it. If you don't actually believe what it says, how can you be the light? Oh, I believe in the Sabbath. I believe in the Torah. I'm a Torah. I'm the way. I'm a this. I'm a that. Well, what about Passover? Well, we went and cooked up some bread pudding and we did this and we did that and we did this and we had bananas. Did you stand and eat it in haste with your rod, your staff in your hand? Well, no, we sat back and we ate it because nobody can keep that. What? What was that? Well, nobody can keep. There is no temple. There is no, well, nobody can. We ain't even in the land. Who scattered you? Where are you? Where was Moshe when he was given the command to keep the Passover? So it'd be more intelligent of a statement to say you had to be in Egypt than it would be in Israel, would it not? Because the first Passover from Moshe from that time was in Egypt, and they walked out of Egypt. So it'd be a more intelligent statement to say you have to go to Egypt than it would be to go to Israel. Isn't that sad? But there's people all over, there's scholars, teachers all over that saying we can't keep that feast day because we got to be in the land. What land's that? Egypt? Oh no, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Are you a pagan? What's wrong with you? What land was the original Passover in? Where was the temple? It wasn't even built yet. Quit lying and putting man-made doctrines. Lack of knowledge, a lack of relationship is what we see. You're known by the fruits. But people love to hear the lies. Oh, well, I can't keep it anyway. So if you can't keep the first one, why are you doing Sukkot? Because you're not doing it either. You're playing board games and playing happy rules and doing the same thing the world does. Right? The world loves to sing and dance and raise and clap and cause a big commotion. And you go to these places and what do you see? The same thing. The exact same thing. So I hope it's helped you. I hope it edified you. Until next time, be blessed. Read your scriptures. Understand what they really and truly say. Till next time, may Yahweh bless you. May his kindness shine upon you. And may he grant you shalom. Shalom, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening. Shalom, and Yahweh bless you.